colorful. Wonder if the activities are still happening outside. There will be plenty of time left over for activities. Next is Heart of the Killer. Lesbian pride flag. Alright. Are we getting married? Sometimes when I wake up, there's a moment when I don't know who or where I am. The cloak of habit falls away. I look around. I'm in an alien land, a distant country full of objects whose use will remain forever unknowable to me. And then I get up and move over to the window. Turns out, I'm still in the Dream Resort after all. The Dream Resort. I'm noticing more 3D models. I feel like in these later entries, like a bit more complex geometry and camera work and all that. I'm not saying it's anything insane, but like it's cool that you can start with Voice of the Killer and go along and see like, oh, I can see the dev kind of just like with each new entry, just like, you know, what little new thing can I do? What can I improve? Well, part of sleeping in a different bedroom is feeling like you might wake up as somebody else. I'd better start my rounds in case turns out I'm still myself after all. Outside, it's another indistinguishably perfect summer day. Nothing is stirring within any of the other buildings of the compound. Isn't there anyone who has the dust? Participant survey. Please use attached pencil to fill in response. Use enter to check where appropriate. Answers will only be shared with interested parties. Man, I wish they'd at least serve breakfast with these. What the fuck is that picture? What did you dream about last night? Erotic disavowal. Collecting plastic figurines. Being chased around. Memory of a particular basement. Memory of multiple basements. Friend whose face you can no longer recall. Arguments. Carpet warehouse. Other. Use attachment B. 2. How do you feel about sleep? I like it. Suppose it's necessary. I fear it. Don't mind. Neutral. 3. How would you describe your condition on waking? Very refreshed. Haunted by half-remembered visions. Groggy. Requires sustenance. Other. Use attachment C. 4. Have you seen this person? Think carefully. That would be being chased around. Memory of multiple basements. I suppose sleep is necessary. Felt like I required sustenance. Yeah, I'm unsure. I don't know. Maybe. A new world of exciting wallpaper greets me from behind the door. I guess they're still coming in to redecorate while I'm asleep. Today's style is the standby pop art basement. The dresser drawers are varnished shut and can't be opened, possibly for insurance liability reasons. Stock photographs of smiling families stare down at me from atop the shelves. It's getting harder to tell how long I've been staying. For a while I kept a tally, but someone else seems to have been adding to it lately. The little pipe's a nice touch, though. The sofa's covered in some hard, waxy substance that makes it impossible to lie down for any length of time. Is this placeholder furniture, or could it be interior design? Outside in the corridor, it's quiet and still. No noise but the sound of distant elevators, moving up and down behind the walls. I have to assume things will be less creepy here once this place is actually open for business, but it's hard to say for sure. The other rooms are already boarded up. Seems a bit much as a security measure, but I guess it's nice to have a break from all the overall frou-frou aesthetic in this place. As ever, the dial-a-boy is securely bolted to a table at the end of the hall. I have no idea what any of the buttons do because I refuse to touch it and find out. Electronic dial-a-boy. While I haven't seen another person since I got here, I should still probably change out of my pajamas before I go to work. Maybe they're waiting for me to slip up. The dressing room feels like being stuck inside a wardrobe. The air is still and heavy, as if smothered by too many coats. Well, I'd better see what my options are today. Heaped with ornate frocks and gowns, expensive looking but weirdly out of style, like they were pillaged in bulk from an abandoned prop warehouse. Well, at least that would explain some of the stains. Decisions. Stylish, elegant. I'm feeling this one. It'll do, but maybe it's for the best that nobody will actually see me in these. Behind me, something slides beneath the door. Another participant survey. Hi, I'm participant. I love to dress up in fashions and styles. I use the enter button to mark statements I agree with. My favorite are clothes that make me feel, like a murder victim. In my new outfit, I feel more or less likely to achieve my goals. Definitely more likely. I feel more or less likely to find love. Definitely more likely. I feel more or less likely to walk into the forbidden areas. Definitely more likely. I feel more or less likely that my body will ever be found. You know, I've never got a glimpse of whoever leaves these forms around. Maybe it's for the best. I'm never sure if I'm supposed to tip in these kind of situations. The elevator descends, carrying me further into the complex. As I delicately partake of the coffee and muffins left inside, I think back to the events which brought me here in the first place.
Hey, it's Agent BB. What's up?
Boss, I decided to resign my commission as a mystery shopper. It was fun at first, you know. Paid to roam around the shopping district, looking for things that didn't fit. Empty aisles, furniture that looked off-brand. Each discovery seemed charged with secret meaning. A hidden transmission from the heart of the mall. Where am I going? I started to like the feeling of being somebody else. A name nobody knew, a secret agent, invested with the mysterious authority of the consumer, a passport to the frozen world of window displays. But soon, I had second thoughts about work, about renting my senses to the highest bidder, as if not even my perceptions were really my own, a tool of store surveillance, a private eye. I started dreaming about being pursued through strange malls by figures I couldn't quite see, having signed up to store credit schemes on terms I knew I'd never be able to afford.
Is that so? Well, that's a shame. I was just about to contact you about this. Peaceful, secluded resort seeks sample guest. Must be comfortable with free room, board, and solitude. Exciting decor, competitive pay. How about it? One more job.
One more job. Surprisingly, it's been going fine, although I'm still not sure exactly what a resort is or what you do when you get to one. It seems to involve a lot of statues. Rooms so dense with ornament that it's easy to feel lost within them, or like an ornament yourself. Is this place just a fantasy camp for people that dream about turning into furniture? paintings are alive. I guess the real question is why they're lodging here to begin with, given that I'm not exactly the target audience for a place like this. Although I can't imagine who else would be. Swaths of plastic ivy have been glued upon the walls. The door under is locked tight. I guess it's a staff location. For the courageous, there's a pool out in the open courtyard. The windows of neighboring apartments units stare down like empty eyes from every side. Personally, I didn't bring trunks. The way in leads through one of the specialty suits. The immense white body of the marble horse takes up most of the space in the room. Why is there a headless marble horse? Out of habit, I check the bookshelf on my way through. Gothic romances, some kind of girl detective franchise. Couldn't they find anything that fit the theme? Participant survey. Your desires are our business. What is your opinion about cowboys?
Pro cowboy.
Without a warning, a smiling, handsome cowboy walks in through your front door. Your immediate response is
Excitement.
Do you remember the Red River Valley? I actually don't. I don't know what the hell that is.
No.
Does the paraphernalia of cattle ranching hold emotional meaning in your heart?
Yes. Too much.
Next is the exhibit hall, set up to allow guests to live out their fantasies of being lost inside a boutique furniture showroom. The velvet drapes sway slowly in the breeze from the AC. Ideals for living. Dreamland Furniture Collection, coming soon to the finest stores near you. Mass production pending following user feedback trials. Meet the C-suite. Mike, the firm but fair CEO of the Dream Resort. Business is his #1 love, but could there be room for another in his heart? Bob, yeehaw, the Rootin' Tootin' CFO enjoys lasso, yodeling, and late nights among the plains. He's said to be looking for his very own sweetheart of the rodeo. Paul, the artist of the board. Paul's creative instinct shines in the marketing department. He's brooding, but deep. Will a muse allow him to complete his masterwork at last? Carlos, the zany one. Carlos can be identified by his catchphrase, hamburgers. But does his easygoing demeanor hide a sensitive soul? Tom, representing the HR department. Tom is also Prince Regent of the distant, landlocked country of Aldovia. With his old world charm, he's sure to treat a lady right.
What? Like a dating show.
The face in this painting seems familiar, but no time to think about that now. There's the bell for focus group testing. I'm not sure what happens if I stop showing up, but somehow I get the feeling it's not a good idea to find out.
Welcome to the experience room. Use left and right keys to indicate emotions. Posable Commander Data Star Trek figurine. Roll of barbed wire. Corbett. What? Car crash victim autopsy photographs. Chair made of chicken bones.
Fuck yeah.
Liminal photograph of empty theme restaurant.
Okay.
Old boxing glove on his circular saw blade. VHS player filled up with chewing gum. Guantanamo Bay souvenirs job shirt. What? Thank you.
Boy, the examined life really takes it out of you. All that coffee doesn't help much either. I could swear I once found a bathroom around here. Peas in a pod, doo-doo-doo. Psst. Hello. Are you new? You must be a fellow guest reviewer. Call me Cece. In my spare time, I edited a zine about the strange occurrences that happen in the city, many of which seem to revolve around an elusive figure which I refer to as the murderer. Is that so? Are you the only other person here? Well, let me think. There's also HH, II, JJ. But listen, I think we found out the truth about what's going on in this place. Oops, gotta run. But meet me here tomorrow. I'll give you the full scoop. Bye for now. I guess I should be reassured to find out that I have peers. So why does it feel like it's time to skip town?
Then who was phoned?
Where actually is the phone? I don't know where to go. Oh, the end of the right by the elevator. Bad noise. Bad noises. Bad. Bad. Away. Away, 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 away. Whoa! Wait. A dream. Must have been a dream. But isn't this a different bedroom to the one I was staying in before? I don't actually remember heading back to my room last night, although I put that up to a general monotony of days around here. Am I even still in the same building as last time? Phone. The dial-a-boy last night was ringing, but was the call meant as a warning or a threat? The grinning yet impassive faces of the boys provide no answer. Somehow I made my way back to the bathroom, or at least to another one that looks just like it. There's nobody around, but something glints at the edge of the mirror. Aha. Okay. Black goop. Moving eyeball and a painting. Yep. Seems normal. More ghosts. Why are there always ghosts in back rooms? Contract Dossier 9, The Spook. MBA, University of Chicago. Advanced Field Research, School of the Americas. Member of the Ragamop, a reclusive management consultancy that meets in a remote Swiss villa once a year to discuss forbidden business synergies. The existence of the spook has been subject to unofficial denial for so long that he no longer seems to possess any bodily form, requiring the use of a large plastic bag to get around. A table stacked with documents. A familiar face looks back. Well, at least now I know that wasn't a dream. On the table I find a conspicuous-looking keychain and a note. The ivy opens after dark. There's also... Hey, wait a second, I know this. This is Marcy's World. Marcy's World 1. Audiences around the world are moved by its earnest depiction of a maiden's heart. As a result, it sold like gangbusters. and the fabled 1990s zine boom began. Marcy's World 2, on the other hand, took 10 years to come out, cost $100 million to produce, and sold approximately 30 copies. That was when we knew the Golden Age wouldn't come back. I wonder what this is doing here.
Doll made of synthetic hair. Apple filled with drawing pins.
Intrigues or not, it's probably a good time to think about getting out of here.
Princess Diana commemorative beanie baby.
The focus testing products seem like they're getting increasingly deranged.
The Dial Boy.
Maybe I don't need to grab my stuff. Well, at least it's nice weather for a stroll. Beneath the moon, the rooftops sprawl and ramble like a pleasure garden. Behind me, I hear the creak of the bedroom door. Another questionnaire seems to be waiting on the roof. Beloved, flee swiftly to the central tower, where my secret private submarine docked underneath the compound shall whisk us both away to a new life of romance and adventure. Don't you know who this is? Look into your heart. I would also be obliged if you would fill out the departure survey below. How'd you rate your stay? Maybe like 3 stars. It was alright. Enter additional decimal places in Appendix F. Would you recommend this to a friend? I'll think about it. What was your favorite part of the resort? Definitely the wallpaper was fucking awesome. Yeah, for sure. Tonally, an abrupt step up in familiarities. I'm pretty sure I don't know anyone who owns a submarine. What's this doing on the roof anyway? Do they get a lot of people passing through? Yeah! Not without a grip of strength in those boneless trash bag arms, motherfucker. Go back to waving at people outside car dealerships. I make it back to the courtyard pretty quick, which is surprising given how directionless this whole place seems to be. Maybe I started nearer than I thought. The ivy opens after dark. The ivy door hangs open in the dark. I didn't even need to use the key. Baby, come quick. Don't you recognize my voice? It's me, the beloved, the one from your dreams. I'm here in real life. I'm waiting for you. I'm in a room in the resort. You know my name. Why won't you call it? All you have to do is call. I'm counting on you now. Which one am I? Reach out. I'll be there. I need you to call. Call me. Call. Call. Call me, call me, call me, call me. I said I'm not touching the fucking dial-a-boy. You know, on the basis of your questionnaire results, you really should have emotionally imprinted on at least one of them by now. Would it help if we put you in our alternate A/B tested dial-a-girl group instead? Not particularly. Wait, who are... Well, it happens sometimes. We do our best to give people what they want, but sometimes there's some unfortunate soul who doesn't seem to know what that might be. How about we just fit you up with something off the rack? What the fuck? Pumpkin Summer? What the fuck is this? And then I woke up in a nameless city, one I knew to be accursed. BB, come downstairs. I made pancakes for the Harvest Festival. It's shaped like a house, but the proportions are all wrong. These walls and furniture seem to bear no trace of earthly manufacture. So why do I feel like I've seen all this before? This is fucking strange. The rooms wind aimlessly as though misremembered from a dream. Huge functionless chambers branch out from the central passage and seem to contain nothing but a handful of props. Is she on a reality dating show? Is that what this whole thing has been? From the kitchen, there's a smell of burning. Somehow I can already see breakfast nook and little island counter thing clearly in my mind. But where am I? How do I know all of this? Down the stairs, I glimpse a darkened chamber sprawling out in random far beneath the earth. Presumably, this room is used for religious ceremonies of some description. Good morning, sleepyhead. It's me, your sister. Aren't you excited for the festival today? I know you're a hotshot big city writer now, just passing through as part of a book tour for your hotly anticipated novel. But it will be a great way to reconnect with your life-affirming small-town roots. You should say hi to everyone at the Pumpkin Festival. They say that Greg from high school will be there. Remember Greg from high school? Was that really my sister? It's not like her to be awake during the day. Anyway, it's all coming back to me. Yes, this is my quaint hometown. Although for some reason it reminds me of Vancouver. Everyone outside is carving pumpkins in the street. Do you really get pumpkins in summer? I always thought they were a seasonal fruit or gourd or whatever. I used to be a big shot vampire fiction author, but a chance meeting on a plane reminded me of the importance of love and family. I've never been happier. Kirk from high school was asking after you. Thank you. I wish you the best. Don't talk to me until I've had my pumpkin coffee. You would be very happy with Greg from high school. Don't talk to me until I've had my pumpkin coffee. Yes, indeed. Many people are saying this. Pumpkins burst through soil like corpses squeezed from shallow graves, as if the earth itself was too choked with flesh for further entry, and the living were consigned to a narrowing circle within the legions of the dead and the numberless murdered of the history of the world. I get it already! Greg from high school! Jesus! Okay. Okay, I'm just in the fucking back rooms now.
Will you marry me?
No! Sorry, I'm prioritizing my zine career right now. What? You think you're too good for Greg from high school too? Yes? He looks like someone who strangles his wife in a Tennessee Williams play. Look, I have a schedule here. What if you just told me what your horrible private death fantasies are and we can make them come true? We have the technology. Ha! Nice try! But this is just like the time when I was 8 and my friend showed me a picture of S Club 7 and asked me which one I liked, and I had no strong opinion, so I just picked one of them at random, and then everybody else went, ew! That's not really what I'm talking about. Wait, how about this one? Look, it's like the Manic Pixie Dream Girl. She'll make you a mixtape for when she's chopping you apart. No! But what about this? High-powered office romance. Baby, I need you to work late tonight. You're having dinner with a very important client. Me. Is that even legal? Oh. I'm in one of those expressionist films. Welcome, investors. Welcome, bon venant. What does desire look like in a world of casual mass death? For obvious reasons, top retailers have begun asking this question. Now it can be answered. Rag Mop, acting in collaboration with the Consumer Survey Institute, is proud to announce the Dream Resort, a bleeding-edge romantic horror simulacrum designed to furnish you with behavioral demographic details on the love and death imaginaries of today's top youth subcultures. Special group rates available. Ask for Marcy. Wait, Marcy is in... That's right. With the commercial failure of Marcy's World 2, I moved into consultant work to clear the debt. That's where I ran into the Spooks people. They too were consultants in a way. It's for you. Just say what you want. Can it really be that hard? Don't worry. It'll all be over soon. What I want is Cha-Cha the Tree Frog. What? It's the name of the frog-themed animal mascot for the Rainforest Cafe. It's kind of a deep cut. Do you maybe want the frog from the Warner Brothers cartoons instead? I don't want anything, I just think it's interesting. It's an interesting design. Don't look at me, fuck you! Show me your desires, you think they're so great. Rainforest Cafe Tree Frog. What? I don't like all these squirming corpses. I guess they're not corpses if they're squirming. Hooded figures watch each other in the corridors, scratch holes in the wallpaper where they can see and not be seen, leap out and drag themselves below to be tortured in a maze of secret prisons. This is the dream of the spook. You know, it's always bewildered me when people say they liked Marcy's World 1, when it seemed like such a put on to me, so calculated. But what could I do? People told me what they liked and I believed them. So I kept doing it. But then people didn't want it anymore, and it turned out they didn't even know what they wanted. So the people I trusted to know to tell me so that I'd know what I wanted to. And so I became a consultant to find out what people liked. Just so you know, this is a real violation of my employment contract. What's with the tower? Everything we recorded went into the spook's memory. Survey results, sales receipts, interrogations, secret photographs, phone calls, final breaths, final wishes. Captured data, bleeding and transformed inside the night mind into something else, a glimpse into the desires of the age. The sex dreams of a bodiless serial torturer are the desires of the age. What else? Just like in a romantic movie, sometimes the thing you're looking for was around you the whole time. To be told exactly who you are and what you want. One should like to know for sure. Wait a minute, Marcy, hold up. You don't have to go in there. I mean, I liked Marcy's World too. You did? I mean, I couldn't get the CD-ROM to play, but the Kathy Acker interview was good. Baby, you can come with me if you want. You can know things about yourself that only the advertisers know. I'll take my chances. Well, it's the privilege of youth to never have to recognize yourself. But maybe you'll want someday to be told exactly what it is you wanted. You might find yourself trying to come back here in your dreams. And then I woke up. The hotel had been abandoned, and the shoddy construction materials of the dream resort were already collapsing back into the forest mulch. Weary of my travels through the country of desire, when I got back home, I decided to do the opposite. I spent the day playing video games instead.
You won't last 10 seconds in this game, my lord.
Okay. Sure. Another banger, obviously. So, having completed Heart, that means we should only have one more game to go. And then we can check out those bonus rooms and see what that's all about. This already looks scary. This is the last one, and then BB will be here soon. Face. Oh my. Exit. Ghost. BB kills them all. Alright. Final game. Face of the killer. I like the fucking the cop doing the what god is that? Eating his son? Fuck. Now I sound uncultured. You know what painting I'm talking about. Alright, let's go. Face of the killer. Is it Saturn eating his son? I don't know. There are acts? Act 1, I guess. Run fast, comrade. The old world is right behind you. Wayne Gretzky. What do you think it means? No time for that now. The killer could be anywhere. 3D character models. That's new. Hey, guy with gun next to a bunch of chalk outlines. What's up? If the killer appears, I'll shoot him dead. Killers can die just like anybody else. In a vast nest of wood and corpses, the killer is hatching the world that is to come. Once we're inside, kill anything that moves. Hey, I recognize this place. This is the old urban cenotaph. Killers infiltrated all of our most beautiful institutions. Look, masks and costumes of all our leading statisticians and celebrity car salesmen. My God, is nothing sacred. Gears? Cogs and things. What are they for? As though the whole civic life were one machine, built by the killer over centuries, assembled in silence for some dark purpose yet to be disclosed.
Boss, you're depressing me. The portrait hall of City Feathers is a memory. City Fathers is a memory of better days.
Hey, isn't that... BB? Listen, did you hear that?
It's probably just the wind. Come here, baby. Goose, 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 goose.
But they say the killer lives in this place. There's no such thing as the killer. It was all made up to help sell life insurance. You know we're all alone down here. Well, maybe you're right. Charles, can you stop breathing down my neck like that?
Unit 12 to base control. Hello? Is anyone around? Listen, it's BB. It's the killer. She's found us. Hello? Hello? Can anybody read me down here? Is the mission still going okay? Over.
Damn, BB. Why'd you kill so many people? They asked too many questions, Ray. Are you guys gonna help me over here or what? Gee. Oh, my girl behind you. Yeah, never thought we'd find ourselves inside the faculty tunnels. Our neglected academic careers must be finally taken off. They don't even get good TV reception. Is this whole building really left unlocked?
According to the charter, all graduates must be able to pick up their diplomas directly from the head office if there are no living staff members left to pass them out.
How about Dr. Blood? Decapitated someday. For real? I owed him a term paper. I hope that doesn't mean he died unfulfilled. Okay, everyone load up. Credentials are important in today's job market. I read an editorial about this. Great, Bachelors of Phrenology. Phrenology. Looks like most of the good ones were taken. Bachelors of Numerology. Bachelor of Game Design. Oh, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. Well, guess we're graduates now. Is it me, or does this town seem kind of dead?
It's National History Day, so all the stores are closed. That's how we were able to get the day off.
Right. Where are you guys working anyway? Well, I'm a courier for Knife Rue, the new subscription box service. Sign up now and get a hand-curated batch of fresh knives in the mail every week. No questions asked. I like the secret meat poster.
What about you, Claude?
Whoa, the city.
I find bloody horror tapes at thrift stores and sell them to HR departments. Apparently it helps executives get in the zone before big meetings. It's a growing market, so competition is fierce. Some of my rivals have started breaking into people's rooms to fill their own new product. But I have this good feeling about my find this week.
The 400 blows.
Sounds grisly, right? I think it's one of the guinea pig series.
Man, even the bars are closed. National History Day a bigger deal than I thought?
I heard fireworks outside, so at least somebody's still having fun.
You know, I actually watched the first guinea pig movie at some point. It was kind of boring.
BB, you're in all those horror films. Maybe you could hook Claude up.
I keep telling you that's not me. That one is the other BB.
Really? Cool. How many of you are there?
Look, you know how the way that characters in a movie series can sort of change definition over time? Like Frankenstein and Frankenstein's monster. Or Dracula and Dracula's monster. Some time ago, I accidentally starred in a direct-to-video horror film known as Bloody Night 4. But yeah, I watched the first guinea pig movie at some point, and I got so fucking bored. It wasn't, like, I don't know, some of the effects were cool, I guess. But mostly I was just like, okay. Yeah, wow, they're doing a gross thing now. I'm very much a horror junkie. Like, I love horror movies. So it wasn't like a situation of like, I hate watching this. No, it was literally just like... Guinea Pig is literally just like a low-budget indie, like, basically like torture. It's like a August Underground kind of thing, you know? It's just like, the whole point is just what gore effects can we show on screen? Guess it did well enough on the direct market that other studios started making their own versions, with the BB character returning as a different actress every time. Likeness growing ever more abstract. Wait, what is this? BB and the Black Mask Club. BB only shoots twice. BB reserves 9 chairs at midnight. Wear a red dress for BB. BB kills them all. Until gradually the character itself began to blur, mutating through proximity to murder into a visual shorthand for that murder. Its symbol, its source. If you meet BB in the road, you're dead. I try not to take it personally, but it's not like they're paying me residuals, so I've been picking up shifts lately at the medieval-themed chain restaurant near town. The boss's name is... Pussman.
I wanted to get one that said Pussy Man, but it was too many letters for the plate.
You know, I can't help but notice the doors to the building seem to be locked tight at all times.
It's an exciting world of new restaurant concepts. Great job not falling in yet. This is a surf position, but we will start you out at a wedge tier.
What does that entail?
Oh, just wedging it up. Wedging around. Remember, hand keys back every shift. I hate buying new ones every time someone falls into the corpse grinding chop and grinding machine. Your job is very simple. Food orders are prepared by the machines and then fed into the mangling device. Then all the dark, wet slurry is poured out into the city sewers and the cycle of business repeats. Your job is to reach way into the mangling device to pull up bone fragments off the blades when they get clogged.
So nobody actually eats any of the food. Is this one of those tax things?
That's really more of a vassal tier question.
One day, something went wrong with the pipes. I went downstairs to take a look, and found a network of stone tunnels that seemed to predate the creation of any known theme restaurant, that went down deeper and deeper, leading towards a dark river of lymph that rolled slowly onwards underground. Pipes hung from the ceiling, seeming to draw it upwards into the houses above. I couldn't tell how far it went, or what dark sea it may have.
Do they still do those chicken platter deals? Personally, I'm more of a burger dolphin guy.
What about you, Max? Where are you working?
I get paid 2 cents a comment by one of those websites that just posts pictures of car crashes next to garbled, vaguely menacing headlines.
Swedish woman wants you to know about this. 100. Max left a comment. So true, bestie.
How come you're the only one of us with an actual media career? Well, guess that's that. See you all in the workforce sometime.
Seems like some people are forgetting the duties we owe to society. Why are you talking like a cowboy? Listen, as the closest thing this town has to a youth culture, we have a civic responsibility to stay up and party on a graduation night.
But everything's closed.
Not everything. Turns out, some of the other guys from our year are holding a house party later tonight. All we need to do is skip this train and get on the next one. Out to... Mansion Gardens. Okay. I just feel like I'm in Lower Undead Burg. Hey, here you all are. What's with the monster outfits?
Safer to be feared than loved.
Okay. When you said you were all going home to change, I assumed you were just being, dressy.
This neighborhood seems sort of ritzy. We really know anyone who lives here? Don't worry, most of the old mansions have been chopped into apartments now like everyone else. Like everything else.
Oh. But they do say there are a few still occupied by descendants of the original city owners. Insulated in there against the years, growing paler and stranger with each successive generation. This is threatening. Ray, did you actually get invited to this party we're going to? Art is a universal experience. Universal invitation to experience, Claude. Hey man. It's me, Carnosaur. I was in your social studies course, I think. These are my associates, Andy Warhol's Dracula and Gazoo, the thing forsaken by God. Come in, everybody's welcome. Hey, I like your BB suit. Thank you, I worked hard on it. Feel free to hang out, just stay out of my dad's room.
Psst, baby. Doesn't this party seem kind of off?
Well, ordinarily I'd say yes, but I've already spent the last 4 years hiding from maniacs and mostly talking to myself. So I've decided, from now on, I'm going to be the new BB, confident and sophisticated, the life of every party.
She's a head taller than you, though.
Hey, the new economy, did you hear it? Tonight, it's tonight. Contract work any minute now, 1,000, it's tonight.
Hello, enchanté, greetings. Gee, everyone here already seems to know each other.
I wonder if they all belong to the same vocational track.
Glass crunches somewhere in plush carpet. A chorus of whoops come from the TV room. Everybody's piled onto a couch laughing and watching the History Channel?
Another BB costume.
Glass lamps rattle from a distant slamming door. Low thumps. Hushed giggling, the sounds of running feet. I wonder if those older guys are chaperones. They don't seem very good at it.
So many BBs.
I still haven't even talked to anyone yet. Well, everyone seems pretty busy. I'd like to be an ingenue, but I'm not even sure what they do besides perish of tuberculosis. What is the real party? Maybe someone there would know.
I can't believe you brought it. Now all I have to do is find a TV. This party's gonna rock. CQ 11111001100. Roger that. Jeez, how many plug sockets do these guys need? Dude, come on. Let us use the set. We brought Virtual Fighter. Sorry, we're in the middle of something.
What are you guys watching?
Rehearsal tapes for the new season of the Immersive Theater. They're putting on dogs. Ezra Pound's fascist response musical to the success of T.S. Eliot's Cats. What? Apparently it's never before been staged to completion.
I thought the theater only ever did the one play.
Some say it's time for a change.
Hey, I really like your outfit. Thank you, I'm BB.
I can see that. Who are you for real?
Still a BB.
I admire your commitment. Why not go in where the real party's going on? So, what internship did you get assigned?
Did our school have an internship program?
Of course! Just fill out the form in the careers department.
Wait, slow down. Our school had a careers department?
So what are you intending to do after graduation?
I guess I always just assumed I'd be found beaten to death in an alley somewhere.
There's no future in that line of work. Meet my friends. Robert is in finance, while June is apprenticing as a BTK consultant in Lockheed Martin.
You consult them on sandwiches? Anyway, it's pretty crazy to finally be graduating, right? And now we have to figure out what we're doing with our lives. Do we?
I don't think so.
We've always known exactly what we're doing with our lives.
More drinks?
Yes, absolutely. Fill her up.
Wow. Act 2 party night. That hurt. That hurt me personally and deeply.
I just graduated from college this year.
Gotta get out while we're young. Cause tramps like us, baby, we were born to run. Killer, haha, wee, haha.
Oh, my new friends are so nice. I can't believe I waited so long to penetrate the mysteries of the social. Where's everyone going? I have more opinions about zines. Boy, these fireworks are loud. Let's put on some music. Woo! I like everybody's masks. You all look real, like real murderers. How charming, how fun.
Commence preparations. Next step. Briefing begins. Announcement Hall A.
There's a commencement speech too? Hey guys, we gotta go. Let's build a future with the energy of youth together. Who's giving this talk anyway?
Historical tendency.
Far out. Didn't they used to tour with Minor Threat? Seats. Wonder if I have time to grab more of those little sausages before this starts. Oops, too late.
Hi, kids. Hiya. Boy, it's so great to see so many eager faces. What a turnout. Yes. Let's start with a quick question. Who thinks the Empire ever ended?
Boo! No way! Say it ain't so!
Boy, it's always a thrill to meet the true believers. Unfortunately, empires always end. It's what they do. So perhaps we should say instead that the restoration of greater imaginary empire has never finished. Call me Mappy. You may know me from my popular 1980s video game career. I retired early and bought a big house, but nobody wanted to visit my big house or listen to my increasingly hammy and truculent political opinions. And so I sat there with the lights off, watching people drive past on the road outside my house and imagining what it would feel like to shoot them in their cars. Until inevitably, in this way, I began to develop a grand theory of history. I realized we needed to go back to rejoin that sacred continuity of force severed from us by revolutionary turmoil, back to violence sanctified by myth, when one could be a gilded ray upon a holy quest instead of just some asshole strangling kids in the parking lot behind to stop and go. Folks, I know many of you agree, which is why we've started shelling the city. But is a way back really possible? The answer is yes. We fight to restore our legitimate claimant, a bold figure ready to reclaim the vacant throne of history. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the last descendant of the Charlemagne, the present king of France, the Dauphin. Now under all your seats, you'll find baronial coronets and a loaded pistol.
Pardon me. Excuse me. Sorry there. Bathroom break. Yep, sorry. It's definitely getting to be at that stage in the party where sticking around is an increasingly poor decision. At least nobody brought a guitar. I've been making lots of friends here, so we'll be okay. This is the power of the new BB. All I have to do is inform the others and then stylishly, dynamically hide under a pile of coats somewhere. Thought I told you to stay out of my dad's room. Man, take it easy, it's a party.
You think you caught a spy or something?
That's right, confess your crimes. She's so good, she's too tough.
We need to bring her back to a black site for enhanced interrogation.
No, that's okay.
Whack! Hey, that looks like fun. I love army games. You know, my uncle was a soldier. One of our inscrutable wars of occupation. He told me what they do to prisoners they caught. Now, how about you be the insurgent, and I'll be the defender of humanistic values.
Let me out! Let me out! Let me out! No! Fuck!
Don't worry. I used to practice this on rats. Open wide. What happened? Wow, guess we blew up a power station.
Don't worry, the backup generator will come on in just a sec.
Ah. Breaking glass, shelling, chop, chop, chop. Weapon shipment, torture, run fast, killer, antipode, fucker. Casualties in 5 minutes.
Howdy, it's me, BB. Zines. I don't sound like that. I've never said howdy.
Jeez, there's a lot of these things this season. Let's cut the next one in half to see if it multiplies.
Slash him, get you, dead and fingers off. Killer, chop, chop, chop. Blood, fucker, mangles, face, casualties. 5 minutes, horribly. Antipode, beyond recognition. Bangle, the bleeding broom.
The old rights have been restored. Welcome back to the era of feudal mystery and caprice.
Ah, 1 second. We're figuring out who gets to go first. So is Marquez higher or lower than an earl?
How can you tell if you're related to a duke?
Am I going the right way? Can't tell if I'm going the right way. I hope so. I don't think I am. I think I'm going the exact wrong way. Am I out? Song of the Funeral Men. The illustrious protagonists of history have been decanted from their amber tombs to point as the figureheads of the world that is to come. Well, preserved through the long years at the bottom of the grease trap buckets of various regional fast food franchises, nurtured and replenished by the vital oils that is not dead which can eternal fry. Help.
Jump. Crunch. Who do we have here? Why is Napoleon III? The bitch is back. A fine vintage. Crunch, crunch. Top. And over here is Anastasia, the wild whilst Romanov. She looks pretty picked clean already. Nobody will notice another quick bite. Ah, fresh meat.
Not meat. I'm not meat. Give me the fuck out of here.
Hey, he's one of my employees. You probably know not to show for work tomorrow. Ye olden times is moving into vast new tracks of public life. And I've wanted to eat you ever since I hired you.
Hey, right, I forgot to hand my keys back after the end of the shift.
Oh, thank you. Yes, that'd be a big... Ah!
Oh. Nice.
Shit.
You know, video games really did make us do it. But nobody would ever believe you. Please stop bludgeoning with that. That was a rare mint in-box copy of Mario Cement Factory. Ow. Gee, guess instead of Dark Souls, we should have gotten good at murdering women. Whatever happened to Games for Change? Man, that party sucked. Where'd everyone disappear to? Let's all just turn in early so we're fresh tomorrow. Psst. Isn't she taller than before? I wasn't really paying attention, but apparently that's the new BB. You know, it's a really great costume. I'm a big fan of the BB movies, but don't you think it's a cheat that she never seems to die? I mean, really die. Headless, limbless torso washes up on the beach, so chopped apart they need a specialist to tell what species it used to be. Style of thing. You know, sometimes the DVDs come with little feedback cards inside. I was thinking more about making my own cut.
Hello.
Hi, BB. Ah! BB, we wanted you to know. We've changed our minds. Mandy and I are pro-murder now.
It's the hip new thing. We think it's far out.
Hold on.
What are you two even doing here? You were decapitated.
You forgot that we are medical experts.
They say that at the key moments of history, the dead can be seen walking the earth again, as though at such points the world itself had lost track of any precise distinction between who was left alive or why. If you run into any members of the living, say hello.
Tell them they don't know what they're missing.
Gee, I hope none of those burning apartment blocks were mine. I just got my things organized.
What the fuck? Who's this? Maybe an understudy? Kid, could you fetch some Zimas? It's getting pretty hot inside these symbolist god monster costumes. Guys, can I grab BB here for just a sec? Act 3. Stage exit. What? Oh. Okay. We're fucking shooting people now. Okay. What the hell is going on? Yeah, the bird thing. I don't know, I guess they felt we needed a mascot. At one point we tried commissioning a mechanical one, but there was this fire. Hey, why am I telling you this?
Captive audience.
Ha! Hey, it's Mappy.
Hiya, kid. Hiya. Boss, the new act seems like a terrific success. The comment cards are in and they all read, help me, ah!
Wait, what are you all even trying to accomplish? Like, is this a coup? I kind of thought the theater controlled the city already.
Actually, we're all more like contract workers. The owner of the city have managed to insulate themselves so well against history that they no longer believe it exists. But still, they dream about it, and in the depths of their seclusion, their dream resembles a nightmare. A tangled procession of ceremonies and masks, conspiracies and motives, coups and murders in hidden rooms. Motiveless coups. And so, that's why we stage them day after day to soothe them in their dreaming business. How do you like our new sign?
And handing out rifles to drunk college grads
Gets them involved. They feel like part of a process.
Yeah, and it's not like we're completely irresponsible. See? These are prop guns. They're not even loaded.
Okay. Boy, what a party!
You did this, didn't you?
I am tied to a chair.
Yes, but it all makes sense now. You were there when the night college was wiped out, and when our supply warehouses in that hick town burned down. Have you been after my job from the start? You even took over my movie franchise. That was supposed to be my side hustle. Now they're the BB movies. And nobody remembers who directed the first one. I don't even get residuals! You got me. I'm done for. Nice try. Instantly delivery like that is why you only got 2 lines in this civic play. Yeah, well, I never even wanted to be in your corny play. I had my own plans for that week, my own cultural ambitions, but nobody ever bothered to ask me what they were. What were your ambitions, BB? I wanted to do a color issue. Don't you point that thing at me, young lady. What did I just say? See, that's how you do a test scene. Pity you grabbed a prop sword. Situational awareness is very important in this line of work. Well, what are you staring at? Help me upload you.
My goodness. Who do we have here?
I am Basso, you idiots! Basso!
No, I don't think so. Director Basso is right here. But you don't look anything like her.
I wonder why Basso hasn't caught back up yet. I hear people moving behind the curtains on both sides. A soft grunt, the scrape of props, low creak of old rope and winches. Isn't it a little late to be changing the set?
Restricted policeman area. Prepare to die. Hold up, fellows. This one isn't wearing a mask. You want to cover? Say something in cop.
10-4. Spread him. Oh my god, it's a mirage telling you it's a...
This one checks out. Bro, it's good to be out of those dog outfits.
Gee, I thought mine suited me. Look, guys, I made a necklace of ears.
Creativity is what makes us human.
Oh yeah, the murder cops.
Bah! Outmoded iconography. No place for you in police theater. Do some aesthetics count as crime? Hear me out, I'm workshopping some new ideas.
Mission accomplished. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Is there an exit around here? I want to guard it.
First, we have to report to the CO. The crucial stage is yet to come.
Hey, good work, guys. Looks like you managed to catch a dangerous criminal.
We did?
Yes, indeed. BB here has been a person of interest ever since the case of the mysterious theater a few months back.
I wasn't sure whether you guys remembered that.
It's been a busy period, but I'm sure we would have gotten around to you eventually.
Boss, we found the thing.
Well, there's no time like the present. Let's take a walk. You might notice some new decor around here. We've been forced to put the theater under police control following the attempted uprising of armed killers.
Who gave you guys real ammo? Those guys real ammo anyway?
Well, we did. You might notice the new decor around here. We've been forced to put... Can I go back? Wait, I think I already read that one. We have great things planned for the first season of Police Theater. I know what you're thinking. Young people want their serial killers to have more of an unlicensed indie feel. I used to be pretty alternative myself. Check out my K Records tattoo. Am I fucking stuck? I might be stuck. Oh no. Okay. You see, Bosso always thought she was the only one who knew where to find the owners, but she was wrong. They told me too. Whispering through the static on my Dick Tracy communicator watch. That's how I know the city tires of an age of horror and dreams instead about an age of law. Isn't that good news?
Sometimes I feel so happy I can't stand myself.
When I am too full of joy, I think how little good my health did anyone near me.
Come on in, boss. Police dog followed the trail in here.
Woof, woof, woof. What is that? Civil legitimacy. Blooder. Just a precaution. Killers go crazy for the smell of blood. Now you go first and we'll watch and see what happens to you. Okay. The air in here has a sour aftertaste of someone's breath. Veins beat slowly in the walls. Are these the corridors of power that everyone talks about? We don't need a running commentary. Ew. Lumpy chair-like animals scuttle by, unseeing. Involuntarily, I recall dark legends of the city's past, that at some point the town fathers began interbreeding with their own real estate portfolios. I push on past the dripping chambers. Man, if I live through this, I'm gonna climb into a bathtub and never get back out. At least I've decided what I'm gonna do with myself after college. Behold, the marble temples of the law. Now keep going towards them or I'll shoot you in the head. You know, when I was younger, the history of the world seemed like an endless series of police actions. All those squashed peasant revolts, interminable censures of torture, beheadings. I thought, wow, how did people back then put up with it all? Surely they must have been tougher than me. Must have had different bodies, ones that couldn't feel as much pain. I sure wouldn't have been able to live like that. Not me, not for a moment. So I joined the police force, because I was so sensitive. So I became a cop and quickly realized there was no such thing as sensitivity. That everybody could be made to feel the same degree of pain. And history seemed to me a nightmare, worse than before, and I thought, great, amazing, I'm matured now for sure. I've really grown up. Now I've peered into the true depths of suffering that make up the world. I'm stoic, realistic. At least now I know how bad it can get. Ha ha, oops. And every time I said that, I'd found out the truth was worse. Worse and worse. An ocean of blood that went down forever. And as I looked into it, I discovered the higher dimension to police work. I found out that the capacity for happiness was finite, while the capacity for misery was infinite. And that waiting in the bottomless pit of infinity was the unspeakable policeman known as God. If you wanted a universe of bottomless artificial suffering, you could have stayed home and played video games. This way, I also got a pension. Well, here we are. I wonder where everybody is. I get it, they're busy people, city founders. They probably just want to let ourselves in. Want us to let ourselves in. Please attend, please attend. See, they're calling us up already. Grand new age of municipal cooperation is about to begin. Let's all get the keys of the city. Please attend. Did you all do your reading? The marble tombs are oddly brittle, slick, and wet to touch. Who would want to meet anyone who lived here? It's like walking through a tonsil stone. With any luck, that guy's too busy spieling to himself to notice I got away. The more I see this place, the more haphazardly it seems put together. Stately columns piled in heaps, buildings with no doors or windows. I guess it's just ye olden style, but it really feels more like
walking around a... furniture showroom. Please sit down. Make yourselves at home. You all are the young leaders of tomorrow. What the fuck is this? Just remember, no cheating is allowed. Do your best. Let's start with an easy one. Question 1. When was the horror genre invented in English? That's right. The answer is 1651, when Hobbes and his Leviathan boldly presupposed a terrifying universe of undirected violence, the better to contrast with that emerging condition of directed violence known as the state. And so it was the realm of legitimate violence produced also a realm of illegitimate violence, the kingdom of politics, coeval with the kingdom of horror, two nations sharing a border, trading back and forth, images, ideas.
Boss, he's getting political or something.
A kind of power-sharing agreement in which all were to attain dual citizenship, never allowed to be certain just which nation would exert the final claim. And it worked quite tremendously. Only, doesn't it seem unfair that horror should always remain a silent partner? Something glimpsed in photos documents the imagery of editorial cartoons, only to tastefully recede into the background once again. Don't you think it's time they had their turn?
Shut up! Wait, is someone else?
I thought the terrible secret buried underneath the town would be more terrible. This is the single least settling room I've been to all day. Did I just get lost? Maybe it's a sublet? The thing is, I know from cheaply made horror tchotchkes, most of this stuff even my sister couldn't sell. Motoring non-union bogies flap sadly from the shadows. I'm tired and covered in blood and missing my shows. I wish I even knew which layer of fake city I was on by now. It's like this town was built on images of itself instead of bedrock. Well, I have to admit the theming grows more inventive the further I get. The rubber mummy room gives me vague flashbacks to civics class. Is it someone's birthday or what? And down here is...
It's here! It's here! You, with the bird, hands above your head.
What? It's puppets. Okay. What the fuck is going on? What? Being dead's not so bad, BB. You never have to second guess yourself.
To serve as raw material for the grand structure of history, could there be a nobler aim?
For what is truly good must be eternal and vice versa.
It's been great for my career. I'm thinking of becoming a Vocaloid. Boo ho ho ho! Police action! Police action! Come back here. I have more folksy monologues.
The first rule of making zines is never talk to the... police! I wish I could tell if I was dead yet. It might save time. This is cool looking. Hi, hello, nice to see you. Hey, call me Baby Bird. That's right, call me BB. Hey, I remember you. Didn't I once kill you with a shoe? Let's not dwell on the past. Haha, what's important is the world to come. Hear it? Gorged on corpse fat, the killer prepares to regurgitate the future in his own dread image. Distracted and slow, for once vulnerable to mortal frailties. Interesting, right? Why are you telling me this? What do I care? I'm the baby that always denies. Besides, we shared a larynx once. Think of me as the still quiet voice of inner conscience. Listen, this is just for defense, got it? Perish the thought.
Boy, I'm feeling great. This is just what I needed. The others were just holding me back. They never appreciated my mixed CDs. I've always been the smartest one in the room. Natural authority flows from my hands like smoke. When the owners see, they'll make me king for sure. That's the life for someone sensitive like me. Columns and things, the finer shit. I knew it. Faces from the history books. Everyone I ever looked up to, they're all here. Living underground. They all know my work. They've been waiting for me here. Watch out, watch out. I'm on the trail of a vicious killer. You too, mister. Better watch your back. What? They say he hates cops to pieces.
What am I doing? What am I doing? These guys have a higher kill count than the International Monetary Fund. Why would I think I'd be able to shoot it out? What is that? International Monetary Fund. It's bad luck to pick things off the floor. Some of those corpses seemed familiar. What am I doing? Has there ever been a horror film where shooting the monster worked? Waiting for? Shoot him already! Don't rush me, you little shit! Burst the egg of the new! You shoot him if you're in such a hurry! But you're such a famous murderer! I've never killed anyone, intentionally, that I know about. I did it.
The chariot of victory goes forth drawn by the two horses of victory. How exulting it is to fall under its wheels. Behold, the counterworld is born. Opposite of all that is, the death and life.
It looks pretty much the same as before, actually. Just in different colors.
That's a negative for you. Snow glimpse on moonlight reflecting unchanged. In mathematic terms, it's technically an inverse.
And that's it. Everything you guys did. You remade the world, and the only thing you wanted to change about it was the color scheme.
Well, sure. What else is there?
Are you all stupid?
Listen. Look, it's not good to be too critical. You shouldn't meddle with the laws of history. Darwin and stuff. Private water park enterprise.
So are we all dead?
How would anyone be able to tell?
I'm not sure I can get used to being a blonde. Epilogue. Dear Zizi, how are you? I am well. I hope you are having fun at the convention. What is a Toho? In my opinion, you picked a good weekend to get out of the city. What is a Toho?
Folks, the results are in. Please welcome the new city council. Strangleman, Miss Strangleman, Strangleman Jr., Gore Vidal, first person shooter, Lady Monstradamus, Tsar Nicholas II, the exquisite corpse, Piper Chop, and returning, Director Basso. Basso, you're looking well. Divulge us your skincare secrets.
A life in art keeps the spirit young. Things are otherwise pretty much back to usual, or possibly more so. After that first night, the new colors seemed to fade, but maybe I just got used to them. Nobody else seems to notice that something happened, so I've been trying to keep track of all the changes in my zine. Circulation continues to drop rapidly. Tammy now a fitness center. Certain types of cereal rebranded. Sexy green M&M now wearing hood and rubber boots in promotional material. Animatronic skeleton from Judas Priest Turbo Lover now secretary for the interior. Anyway, since downtown is still partly on fire, I've had to call in an arcane family favor and have been staying with Aunt and Uncle YY and our cousins in the suburbs. Much conversation concerns current events. The first night there, Aunt and Uncle said what was happening had been no surprise given the way things were going these days. The second night, our cousins showed up to dinner wearing bird masks and said they'd gotten into a podcast which explained why everything that had been going on was good. On the third night, I found all the knives in the house had been sharpened. Aunt YY kept on weighing me, and our uncle was reading from a cookbook called To Serve Man, so I've been trying to get out for walks as much as possible. The suburbs are fine, but all the right angles throw me off. It's like living in a crossword puzzle and not being able to see any of the clues. Trying to detect a secret odor in 200 streets named after trees. It's so quiet and still it's like even the houses are asleep. What do the suburbs dream about? I haven't been here long enough to say. Hopefully it's something good. The backyards are fenced away, but at bits you can look through, and glimpse some new place, open and uncertain, in the chance intersection of a wall, a roof, a vacant lot, as though still folded up inside the world there was a different kind of negative. Anyway, I will leave you on that peppy image. Enjoy the convention and don't worry about me here. After all, the one good thing about history is that the worst part of it is probably over. Sincerely, your correspondent, BB. Press escape to close the report. Killer BB. That's it. That was the last killer game. These were lovely. We still have the bonus rooms to check out, but as a whole, this little anthology was a lot of fun. Very creative, very abstract, obviously. But I love just like weird abstract indie games. I just love games that do whatever the fuck and use, abstract imagery and throw stuff together in a way that like just feels right. Like I don't know what it is. This game just it's about vibes, man. The vibes are so good with this game. It was really funny as well. Like the writing is actually really, really solid. I would be interested to know if the dev has written other things, like not just games, but I feel like this writing is the comedic timing and like the pace of the dialogue is like actually really, really good. I would love to see like some other stuff written by this dev. But let's see what the bonus tunnels are all about. Enter at your own risk. The game just freeze? Bonus zone, watch out for spoilers. Viva non non. Press escape to leave. Ah. Music? This song was actually really vibey. I like this one.
Got a music player. Wardrobe. Oh my god. That's fun. Wedding BB. Blood BB. We got ZZ. Tammy. All these weird fucking characters. Hall of Paintings. Is this all of the paintings that were in all of the games? Hall of Guys. BB, outside the major capitals, you must construct a subculture identity from whatever comes to hand. A chance encounter with the Bebe Buell version of My Little Bedrock caused BB to change her name and become New Wave, despite never being able to figure out exactly what it was that this entailed. Zines and polka dots seem to be involved somehow. Has an exaggerated sense of XX City as a cultural backwater despite the area's many fine gift shops and crematoriums. Many people in the first encounter read her as some kind of talking bipedal mouse, which is perhaps an unconscious exercise in mimic camouflage. I'm sorry for making the skeleton man go towards the camera. Zizi, BB's eldest sister. Her irregular sleep patterns seem to grant mysterious insight into the nature of the free market, giving her an uncanny ability to correctly price whatever clutter the two can steal from the neighboring empty apartments. As the oldest, her tastes run toward the monumental over the scrappy. Rather than zines, she spent the last several years tinkering with the 1,000-page novels she ominously describes as the Mason and Dixon of Toho fanfic. But is the world ready? Professor Zoo. Renowned professor of humanistic classical studies, Professor Zhu was recruited by the Art Appreciators Club after the events of May 68 in an effort to win back radicalized youth voters by coming up with a muscular, reinvigorated interpretation of the Western canon. Gathering his postgrads in a secluded research building, the group was soon so caught up in their findings they didn't notice the disappearance of their enemies, or their funding, or that the building was slowly being absorbed by a discount clothing outlet, itself replaced by an apartment block. Professor Zhu's personal life is unknown. He did not leave the house enough. The Killer. Mechanical drinky bird possessed by an evil metaphor for history. The killer does not seem to think or perceive in any way we'd recognize, guided instead by the mysterious Kleiston intuition. Its goals remain unknown. Originally created as a mascot for the theater group and modeled after a mysterious recurring bird-headed entity in the work of Alfred Kubin. In this way, the killer can be described as a kind of vengeful symbolist equivalent to Mr. Met, although probably not out loud. Cool Policeman, aka Cool Detective, aka Joe Detective. Fragments of policeman language discovered by Piranesi in his surveys of ancient Roman prisons speak of a legendary figure who shall arise to lead the despised policemen to their proper role atop history. Yea, and he shall smite the criminal, although also know about bands, and venerate the owners, though also have opinions about coffee. Perhaps most well known as the cop from the Blondie song Ex-Offender, Joe has remained proud since of his punk rock credentials. Bears a twin-like physical resemblance to Beto O'Rourke. What? Tammy. The human girl Tammy Cave's last sighting was on a school trip to a distant lake. While there, she was shown something or murdered by the killer. The translation is unclear, and has since haunted the world as an emissary from the sunken future she recurs to as Economy 2. Tammy is said to spawn from unattended bodies of still water, like undrained pools and neglected office water coolers, and so ever more of the warehouses outside the city are becoming Tammy. They say it's great. Won't you try? Morality Animal. Monster robot driven berserk by the attempt to codify moral law into the alien language of aesthetics. It will try to translate all life into the art objects that it finds most legible. The morality animal itself is a watchful ball-like creature protected by a golden mask, as a hermit crab is by its shell. By the law of unity of opposites, it has amassed a large pornographic fan base. Before his celebrated career as a moral artist, Mt. Lot trained as a Disneyland Imagineer. As with many artists, his late style is in a way a return to the beginning. Director Basso. As a young grad student studying the ballet Russes, Carolina Basso had a vision of a vast syncretic theatrical work that would encompass the entirety of the Western canon. A work so ambitious would require a formidable degree of institutional realpolitik to shepherd to completion. And so a long and bloody career in the arts began. Prefers to appear in public as PA to renowned poet and hand puppet John Beats, The Windy Stare, etc. Basso's exclusive access to the city owners was fiercely held, but there's always someone younger and hungrier coming down the stairs. Crystal Connor's Showgirls. Clarice started a zine distro as a way to meet new people. Her interest in local history did not go unnoticed, and she found at least one fervent reader. Clarice's current location, activities, and precise degree of homicidal rage are all unknown. Despite BB's advocacy, has been formally expelled from the XX City Regional Zine Network for non-payment of received copies, $6.99. Concerned Citizen, heir to the long-dead Drinky Bird factory of Rivertown, which was destroyed in a fire soon after a mysterious commission from a group in XX City. The issue of his lost patrimony, though the young heir was able to live more than comfortably, caused the citizen to develop an elaborate and melancholy theory of history, although perhaps it would have been more helpful to find out just who they'd been working with. Scarred with burns, he keeps his face under a hood out of a sense of civic responsibility that nobody should have to look at unsettling things. Handy and Mandy, former stars of the public access television show The Handy Mandy Medical Power Hour, whose single episode has gained trivia night notoriety as the most swiftly cancelled episode of live television ever broadcast after they kicked it off by vivisecting a dog. Their last words on air were, "Next we put him back together again." While hiding out in Rivertown for varied medical crimes, they came across the writings of the concerned citizen and were deeply moved by his anti-murderer vision, despite themselves having a kill count in the high 20s. Somehow it never came up, and everyone got on well together. Mappy. In order to sustain their endless play, agents of the immersive theater regularly conduct raids on city libraries and thrift stores for fresh textual material to include inside the opus. In the course of all this syncretism, sometimes wires can be crossed. The entity known as Mappy appears to be a result of the confusion between the Namco character of the same name and the classical demon Mephistopheles. Surviving past his original role in the text, Mappy continues to emerge unexpectedly in the role of a tempter and to pull the play into directions of its own. Harried by deadlines none of the staff seem to notice, frequently accompanied by Prison Man, an imago of the terrestrial power formed when a copy of Valis got scrambled with the manual to the NES game Battle City. Mr. President. In the 1950s, a European emigre to California wrote a book called Gidget about the neighboring surf culture. The popularity of the Sandra Dee movie led to a nationwide surf craze and several popular bands based on the aesthetic. Sometimes the phenomenon looks back. The origins and early purposes of the surf cult negative way, also known as the hot dog gang for their preferred beachfront food item, are unknown, in part because the leading members seem to disappear overnight. Those that remain steered the organization in a more liberal, Habermasian direction as the New Age outfit positive way. Based on the response of their emissary, there is some evidence that their original members were not amused. Claude, Max, and Ray, BB's classmates and co-workers on the mandatory semester group project. Despite their dissimilar artistic tastes, the three seem drawn by an unconscious instinct into the archetypal art school triad of nerd, hunk, and juvenile delinquent. All three are fascinated by BB's sister Zizi, who they picture as a worldly and glamorous older woman prone to taking broke students out to restaurants and buying them expensive gifts. BB's role in the cultivation of these rumors is emphatically denied. Blue D. Hans, session musician for the sensational guitars of Dan and Dale, neither of whom existed. Perhaps this was what sparked his interest in negation. Disappeared on an Australian tour and reappeared some months later with his own combo, whose horror maniac aesthetic was regionally popular before he alienated the garage rock audience by pivoting to sound collage for a series of poorly received albums on ESP Disc. Has an unexplained level of chart success in the Netherlands. Has never been seen in the same room as the singing resident at the same time, still plotting his comeback tour. Marcy, former zine star who now uses her subcultural knowledge for evil, reportedly a member of the reclusive management consultancy Ragmop, itself a front for an even more sinister group known only as the Deep Chamber of Commerce. Marcy has been assumed dead by her old colleagues in the zine subculture, despite continuing to make well-compensated motivational guest lectures every year at the Goldman Sachs. Spent many years in a complex psychosexual folie à deux with an editor at Semiotext, as was the style at the time. There's all the guys. Hall of mob characters. I like these dancing guys. Big fan of them. All of BBs. All of single-use BB animations. Oh, this is awesome. Hall of selected sound effects. All of these are just like
Yeah! Hi, I just heard. It's not George.
That's funny. Hall of Unity Store assets. Magic Mirror Light, Jeff Johnson. Water effects fit for low poly style. Pure Evil Studio. Putting these in the same scene seems to confuse reflections. V-Light Volumetric Lights, Brian Sue, Suburb Neighborhood House Pack, Finward Studios. Huh. Cool. Hall of Objects, Carpets, and Wallpaper. Damn. This is a very cool thing to include in the game. All of this museum, the museum of assets. Hell of influences. Junji Ito Uzumaki. 18 the Mark Noir Library. Tsubaki Izumi, Monthly Girls Nuzaki-kun. Roberto Bolano, Nazi Literature of the Americas. What? Victoria Nelson, The Secret Life of Puppets. Eyes Without a Face, The Undertaker and His Pals, Haunted PS1 Collection. Pantomela, Thomas and Nardo, Smarty, Little Lulu, The Other Side. Yeah, BPRD. Sorted Scrooge McDuck comics. Lipstick Traces, Illbleed. I actually really want to play Illbleed. I've seen a little bit of that game. Blood Visions, Bring Me the Head of Peri Ubu. Desire, Go-Go's Beauty and the Beat. Very eclectic group of influences for this weird little game. I looked that one up. I think it was like a guy from like an 80s punk band. What is this? Predecessor, Strangetown. The original version of the killer game was made in RPG Maker, starred a slightly more lanky and bedraggled version of BP. had an attempt to a more serious tone. I wanted to release some of these under a different name to get used to the requirements of straight narrative, but would always flounder at the point where the horror was meant to start and then abandon the game. Here's some footage of as far as I got with the first version. You can see that a lot of the jokes were reused for later games. Another reason I never continued is that the minimum size of RPG Maker and the standalone download games is like 300 megabytes, due to each containing an entire copy of Chrome for some reason. The future sure is incredible. That's the same with fucking Electron. So I looked into like stuff to use using like web technologies to make applications, and like I've known about Electron for a while, but I was looking for alternatives because Electron is so fucking heavy for no reason. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, it's okay, don't worry about it. But the point is, there's a don't you know what, never mind, don't worry about it. Glimby, a Meat-Boyed size-changing animal who starred in her own game in 2016. I always thought about a Glimby 2, which would involve multiple specialized Glimbys, Brain Glimby, Sports Glimby, etc., and had an idea was funny was there'd also be a new wave Glimby themed around the vaguest possible musical subculture. I never got around to it, but the new wave Glimby left on a shelf would eventually get weird and spore off into BB. Pippi. What is this? Dawn Orlo's magazine. Earlier, an abandoned attempt at serial narrative in RPG Maker with multiple characters who all had different features at the same magazine. One of the characters was Pippi, a triangle with a ribbon who wrote investigative reports by wandering around and interacting with eye icons. Ten beautiful postcards. Before the horror games, I spent around 5 years making ever more diffuse collage games. I was happy with how this one came out, but it didn't feel like it needed to make more of them for a while. What excited me was the idea of starting again, figuring out stuff from the basics, so I started thinking of trying to just make straight narrative games for a while, maybe serialized ones so I could see them mutate over time. You must change your life, as Rilke said when he went into witness protection in the case of the mysterious torso 190X. Face of the Killer. This is a decade-old unfinished prototype I was playing with at one point. The idea of a police procedural parody where you just wander around while horrible giallo murders happen in the background is inspired by the way a lot of the pleasure in cop media is the little incidental stuff. Hanging out, morning coffee, but in order to have those scenes, they need to be framed around the investigation of some murdered body. Thought it would be funny if they were regarded as two parts of the same ritual, each implicit in the other. Anyway, the character of Cool Policeman was the player character in this one. He appears in the first Killer game in part because he was already lying around. Some early concept art. Doodles. Earliest version of BB was a little detective in a coat and hat. Her sister was the more idiosyncratic new wave one with the fringe, but after a while I realized that was the character I was looking forward to use more. Initially the style was going to be all straight lines and homage to Ugon no Haka, Mystery House, etc., but it was a pain. I've never seen those. This is making me feel like I'm very uncultured. I haven't seen like any of this shit. More doodles. Another set of doodles from before the RPG Maker version. In the end, all the horror characters sat around until I tried out the Doodle Studio 95 tool and drew BB as a test, who seemed to get ever more Sanrio-esque with every incarnation. Test game grew into a voice of the killer, turning the game's 3D also made them feel more naturally grounded and atmospheric, and let them draw more directly on memories of real places. In the end, what finally made it work for me was putting out the goofy Della Comics versions of the characters into comparatively more straight Junji Ito-inspired versions of the setting from RPG Maker games. Untitled Multimedia Fusion game. This one never got past the sprite sheet. After giving up on RPG Maker, I spent a while doodling little guys and eventually came up with a redone, cartoonier version of BB with a squat body inspired by old Gold Key comic guys. I liked the design but didn't want to make a purely comedic version of the horror idea, so never did anything with the sketches. Interesting. Thanketh ye for playing. Wow. Cool. That is a really, really cool idea that I would love in basically any game. Giving a little museum of some assets and some background information, concept art, that kind of stuff. That was really, really cool to see.